Hi, I'm Jen. I make videos about my life and adventures as a Silver and Cello pre-retirement Gen Xer. Today I am talking about some money habits that I am very guilty of and also that I'm very much aware of and that I have successfully avoided so far. But these habits will drag you down and slow or even stop your wealth building right at the time of life that we silvers should be supercharging our savings. Mistake number one is living beyond your means. This means that you're spending more than you earn. You may be trying to keep up with the Joneses, and you may be struggling with completely appropriate expenses and not enough income. Either way, you're sabotaging your future. What are the signs that you are living beyond your means? Well, the primary one is that you don't have a budget. Yeah, no budget. Think about it. If you don't have a budget, that means that you don't know how to budget, and hence you're living beyond your means because you don't know how much you've got coming in or going out. Easy to lose track. Or you know perfectly well how to budget and you're not doing it because your budget tells you you don't have enough money to spend on stuff you want to spend it on. That would be the sticking your head in the sand strategy. Look, if you're existing on ramen and moldy potatoes from the garage for the last few days before payday, then you're living beyond your means. You get it. I get it. What do you do about it? Make a budget. Stick to it. Find more income. A side hustle, a part-time job. Sell your crafts at a craft market. Babysit the neighbor's dog. Tutor the neighbor's kid. House sit. Anything to bring in a little bit more. And be strategic in your spending and your saving. Use the side hustle money for your travel fund or your new shoes fund. If you don't have enough saved up to fund that trip to Vegas or to buy those new Manolos, then you need to side hustle more. If you don't learn to budget or start to budget, then you won't be enjoying your retirement sticking your toes in the sand in some exotic locale. The only sand you'll be seeing is the stuff that's around your head. Money mistake number two is you don't diversify your savings. You're afraid of investing in the stock market. Having too much cash is a sign of fear. If you don't take any risk, you'll never build wealth. Investing in high-interest savings accounts or CDs or putting all of your cash in a box under your mattress, these are all fear-based wealth-building strategies. I totally get the fear of outliving your money, but the chances of outliving it are greater if you don't invest in the stock market. Inflation is the killer. Prices go up faster than you build wealth. That's how savings run out. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. I have no certifications. Please don't ask me what to do. But this general advice, invest in the stock market. Don't hide it under your bed. This advice is general and it's legitimate for everyone. Educate yourself and diversify. That is, don't put everything into the stock market and also don't put everything in cash. There's got to be a balance in between, and you have to take some risk if you're going to grow your wealth. Whether it's stock or real estate, remember that good companies and good properties gain value over time. This means choose your investments wisely and stick with them. Don't freak out if the stock market goes down one day or up another. Reacting to days like that makes it more likely that you will sell when prices are low and buy when prices are high. Yes, it's almost completely safe to keep all of your money in a savings account, but you won't build wealth that way. And you may end up outliving it or working well past the time that you always thought you'd like to retire. Money mistake number three is being ashamed of money. Looking down on people who have money, who talk about money, who spend money. Polite people don't talk about money. Well, I beg to differ. People with money talk about money all the time. People who don't have money, they talk about money all the time too. Sneering at or ridiculing people who have money or who show their money or who talk about money is somehow meant to make you feel better about your own lesser situation. But it's also cementing that kind of thinking into your brain. Money? You start to associate that with bad, other people. Not you. No money? Well, that's normal. That's good. That's you. Why trap yourself in that mindset? The mindset that your current situation of no money or very little money is normal and good. Somewhere you just want to stay. Now, I'm not saying to be a jerk and flash money in other people's faces or to applaud someone who does that, but you should have respect for money. Other people's money and your own money. If you don't, then you're subconsciously setting yourself up to avoid building wealth because you don't want to be the object of ridicule. So, instead of seeing your neighbor with her brand new car and whispering under your breath, "Gee, I wish I had money to throw away on an overpriced piece of junk that depreciated by half the minute she drove it off the lot," say this to yourself: "Nicely done. She's really living her best life. Carpe diem, sister. You go." Then continue on building your own wealth and spend it on whatever you want without feeling self-conscious or judgmental or self-destructive. Mistake number 4 is not paying yourself first. I've talked about this before. I know me. I know I'm going to spend money and make excuses for spending it. And because I'm single, I'll be making those excuses to me, myself. And those excuses will work on her. Me. I mean, I hate to refer to myself in the third person, but Jen has the financial willpower of a 6-year-old with a handful of quarters in a 5-and-dime candy store. She's her own worst enemy when it comes to saving money for the future. I know this about her. I have to make sure to take money off the top, either before it actually gets to my bank account or right at the very moment it does, and put it in a safe place where she can't or she won't be tempted to spend it. It's called financial automation. Pay yourself first. Consider your future as a bill you have to pay, just like cable or electricity. Those are predictable expenses. Now, I don't have cable anymore. I went to streaming some while ago, but when I did have cable, it was the same amount every month. I could predict it. I could put that in my spreadsheet all the way out for the rest of the year, and I would know that that was going to be my cable bill each month. Do the same thing with savings. X amount is budgeted for savings every month. Retirement, emergency, whatever, but it comes out every month like a bill. And move that money somewhere else, somewhere that's difficult to get to. If it's automatically invested in an ETF each month, then to get at it, you'll have to sell some and wait for the settlement and hopefully feel some shame. Money mistake number 5 is getting comfortable with bad debt. High interest debt, like credit cards, can drain your finances. Paying for things with a credit card is fine, but not paying it off at the end of the month or at the end of 2 or 3 months is not fine. That's a mindset that you want to avoid. I have and use credit cards, and I carry a balance from time to time. So I feel camaraderie with pretty much all of you, I think. I also know that I prioritize the heck out of getting that balance back down to 0. If you get too comfortable with carrying a balance, you start considering it normal to have a balance and to have that monthly payment to a credit card, you're going to stay in that rut of not getting ahead. Those payments, those monthly payments, are just going to be a big old sea anchor dragging you back on your journey to financial independence. Choose the card with the highest interest rate. You should always know what your interest rates are, and focus all of your side hustle money on knocking that down to 0. Call the credit card issuer and ask for a lower rate. You never know. Mistake number 6 is focusing on cutting back instead of making more. And this is something that I am super guilty of. If I want to splurge on something, my mind automatically jumps to what can I cut back? What can I cut out this month? What can I stop doing so that I can do this other thing? I should be saying, what can I do to make more money? You should be saying that too. There are only so many coupons to clip and services to cancel before there's just nowhere left to cut back. Plus, you're miserable, living on a shoestring budget and a scarcity mindset. Learn to think about asking for a raise, applying for a new job, learn a new skill, upgrade your certifications, and getting a side hustle. It's forward thinking and looking to expand your income rather than trying to cut something out of your life in order to afford something new. Psychologically, you've put yourself in a box. You've put up mental barriers of, this is how much income I have to work with forever. You're limiting yourself if your first thought is, what can I cut? Instead of, how can I make more? So there are 6 money mistakes to avoid for silver and solos and basically everybody else. Do you have more? Leave me a comment. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It's free for you and helps me out a lot. Bye guys.